Their iddah is 3 months like those in menopause. And he says, this is the meaning of his saying, and for those who have no courses. So it's talking about young girls who haven't reached the age of menstruation. They are being divorced after being slept with, after having intercourse. They're being divorced, so they have an iddah. They have a waiting period.
Hi, welcome back to Religious Insight. In this video that you're about to watch is exposing Islam. This is Islam behind the veil, behind the teachings that entice. And in this video, Godlogic exposes a lot of Muslims and the faith of Islam. So let's watch this video as we get more fascinating details.
He did. You sound like you're moving. Are you walking or running around?
Yeah, walking at the moment, right?
You're walking. Do you want to maybe come when you're settled?
Oh, I can sit down. Yeah, I'm sitting down now.
Okay. I'll leave you on the stage, but yeah, just let me. You can talk whenever you're ready.
Yeah, okay. It's written in the Bible. No man knows the hour, not even the angels or the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Please, could you explain that?
Sure. You know, there's a guy that I actually like to listen to sometimes. He actually did a really good job explaining this. So I'm gonna go ahead and play his explanation for you.
Okay.
Okay. It's pretty short, less than a minute, and see what you think. So give me 1 second as I pull it up here. He did a really good job. By the way, guys, we got 3,600 people watching. So, there it is. Okay. Yeah, well, guys, we got over 3,600 people watching. 3,600. What's the number? 18 people. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody smash that like button. All right. Let's make sure that we get the likes up to 3,000. Everybody that's listening, as I'm getting this up, everybody hit the like button. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, so here it is. I really like listening to this guy. So listen to his answer. He explains it pretty well.
If you believe that Jesus is God, it says that Jesus did not know the hour.
So it's actually quite simple. The word there in Greek is oide or oiden, which also means to tell something or to make known, to declare. You see an example of this in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 with Paul. Paul uses the same word and he comes to the Corinthians. He says, when I came to you, I decided to know nothing except Jesus and him crucified. Does that mean that Paul literally didn't know anything?
No.
It means when I came to you, I only declared Jesus Christ and him crucified. So similarly, Jesus is not saying that he doesn't have cognitive knowledge of the hour, but it's not for him to make it known to them. That is for the Father alone. The reason is Jesus compares his coming to a Jewish wedding. According to the Jewish wedding, it's the father that makes known the wedding day, not the bride or the groom. So the bride and the groom, they know their own wedding day, but it's the father who makes it known. He's the one who declares it.
If you believe that Jesus is God, it says that
All right, did you understand that so far?
Yeah, I understood it. I don't agree with it really, because I actually looked up on Google Translate. All I did, yeah, and it says no, it's not declare.
My brother, you missed it.
Yeah.
The word it does translate to know. The meaning of it is determined.
Yes, so he honestly doesn't know the hour. No, no, if the word translates to know.
Bilal, why are you cutting me off, bro? You hear me talking?
Okay, all right, talk.
Thank you, appreciate it. I understand that the word translate to know. That's the translation.
Yes.
The meaning and how it's used is dependent on the context. So when you go in and you look at how the different usages of the word oiden, one of the usages is to declare or to tell something. That's one of its usages. So What I'm showing you is yes, it translates to know, but how know is being used here in the context, just like when Paul does it, it's in a declarative sense, not cognitive knowledge.
My friend, I've done a word-by-word translation from the Greek. I've even had the Greek friends with the Greek version of the Bible. And it says,
It's,
nobody knows.
repeat to me back what I said.
Yeah, you have to look at the context.
What did
I
I say
have gone
about
to,
what did I say about the word right
I
there?
have gone to, yeah, you said it translates to know, but you have to look at the context.
So the
Yes,
context
correct?
determines the meaning and usage of a word, right?
Yes, yeah, it
So
does.
you telling me that it translates to know is not going against me. So don't bring that up again. Deal with what I said about the word know in its context applied to Jesus.
Yeah, okay. I've gone to my friend, and he's Greek, by the way, and he says, no person knows the hour, not even the sun. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it translates to.
Thanks, Bilal. Just gonna repeat it again. Get out of here.
Yeah, so I've just got a question.
Go ahead.
So I mean, according to I think the consensus of the church, wasn't Mary, according to the church, they call her Mary, Mother of God? Didn't she conceive God when she was 12 years of age?
No, that's not what the church teaches.
I mean, they give a parameter of what age she could have been. I mean,
No, they don't.
They do. It's I think
No.
Catholic.
There's nothing that is in an authentic Catholic source that says that Mary was 12.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
All right. Now,
If you go to the Catholic Encyclopedia when it's talking about Mary and Joseph, it mentions the unauthentic sources that talk about her being 12 and Joseph being 90. It literally says in the encyclopedia, Catholic Encyclopedia, these sources are unauthentic and unreliable. That's literally what it says before it quotes it. But it was transparent enough to show you what these unreliable sources say still.
okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't done too much research into church tradition.
It's okay. Did you bring that up because we were talking about Aisha earlier?
Yeah, because I mean, it's common throughout the ages. I mean, like,
Does that make it okay?
so it depended back then on a multitude of factors. It wouldn't be, as we say in today's age, it's different. It's different compared to how it was before.
What was the difference? Is it ever? Let me just ask you this, bro. Is it ever okay to sleep with an immature girl?
I mean, no. So there's also another thing. It depends on a multitude of factors.
Are you saying that there are correct factors in which it is okay to sleep with a little girl?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying there's multitude of factors of being able to consummate a marriage. I'm
talking about with an immature girl. Is it ever okay to consummate a marriage with an immature girl?
Yeah. Does it say she was immature, Aisha?
I'm just asking, just off the bat. Is it ever okay to consummate a marriage with a little girl?
No.
Okay. So that's what we're dealing with. So I'm talking about your Quran. Your Quran allows this. It says that talking about divorcing, how to handle it with the different females that you have, with the ones who are too old to menstruate, right? When you divorce them, they have a 3-month waiting period to make sure they're not pregnant. Then it talks about the little girls who have not menstruated yet. It says, and those who have not menstruated yet, right? So those are obviously little girls who haven't hit puberty yet. They're being divorced, and they also have a waiting period of 3 months, like the older women. Okay. The fact that they have a waiting period means that their husband slept with them. That's what the Quran says. It says in chapter 33, verse 49, that there is no waiting period if you have not touched your wife, the one you're divorcing.
Yeah.
So that's.
I have to look into that. I'm not real well versed.
Would you say if you look into that and you found out that what I'm saying is the truth, would you condemn that, or would you be like, oh well, I guess God allowed child intercourse?
Yeah, well, so I mean, it was in the confines of marriage, so it wasn't outside of wedlock or anything of the sort.
Remember, you just said that there's never ever any correct parameters in which it is okay to consummate a marriage with a immature girl. You said it's never.
Yeah, I don't think it mentions little girls. So.
It mentions. Do you want? What is it about you guys that, as Muslims, and I mean this in the most real and loving way possible, what is it about you guys that makes you like you're dumb? It forces you guys to act dumb, to play dumb. Because I know when I'm talking to normal people, I know I'm talking to human beings. You guys have brains just like I do. I'm not that much smarter than most of you guys. We're equals. But this religion really makes you guys play dumb, man, in order to defend it. Is that comfortable? That's a real question. Is that comfortable?
No, I'm not playing dumb. I mean, just when I read the verse, that's
all right. Let's go ahead and get the verse, then. Let's get the verse. My God, today. Let's get the verse. All right. So first, I'm gonna show you 33:49. It talks about their waiting period. That's it. That's exactly right. No hitta, no ida. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get our Quran out. Let's go to 33:49. In a reminder. It's been a while since I actually hit on this subject too. I don't really like to talk about this too much. There's other fun things to talk about, funner ways to debunk Islam. This one is a little more rigid, but it's the reality. I got to show it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show this verse. Here it is. So it's chapter 33, verse 49. You see it on the screen?
You sort of, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to scroll and see it. So it says, "O you who believe, when you marry believing women and then divorce them before you have sexual intercourse with them." Right, so you're divorcing them before you have intercourse with them. No idda, right? Divorce prescribed period, as we see in 65:4. That's the brackets. Right. Have you to count in respect of them. So give them a present and set them free, i.e. divorce, in a handsome manner. So according to this, if you're divorcing a girl before you slept with her, there is no idda. There's no waiting period. Right? No hitta, no idda. Make sense?
Yeah, but yeah. So does it mean divorce prescribed period? Is that the meaning of idda?
Yeah. That's exactly what idda means. Idda is a waiting period. The waiting period during your divorce, before she can move on to another man. The reason for it is because the main reason for it is to make sure that she's not pregnant. So before moving on to another man and getting married again, got to make sure, like if she hasn't hit her period, if she missed her period, let's say she didn't have a period, right? Or maybe she's too young to have a period, to make sure that she's not pregnant, they give it 3 months. She has to wait 3 months before she's able to move on. Make sense?
So it's talking about in the sense of divorce. So no intercourse with them, so no idda, so no divorce. So she can go.
No, you can divorce. You can divorce. Just if you're divorcing, but you never had sex with her, then she doesn't have to wait to get married again. Okay, because there's no worry of pregnancy.
Yeah,
there's nothing to worry about.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with this. I'm about to show you what the problem is. You see how it's mentioning 65:4 here? This is where our problem is. Because remember this detail: no hitta, no idda. If you ain't hit, right? If you haven't had sex, no idda, no waiting period. So if you did have sex, that means she has a waiting period. Okay? So that's the important detail I wanted to show you before we hit 65.4. Now let me show you this. I'm going to show you this, and then I'll show you what the scholars say as well, so that you know that I'm not making this up. This ain't me misinterpreting stuff or just as being an Islamophobe. I'm going to show you that this is what Ibn Kathir, Jalalain, all of them, this is what all they say the same thing. All right? Okay, so here it is again, ladies and gents. 65.4, it says, and those of your women as have passed the age of monthly courses, meaning they're too old to menstruate. For them, the iddah, right, prescribed period, if you have doubts, is 3 months. All right, so the women who are past the age of menstruation, menopause, their iddah, when you divorce them, is 3 months. Okay? And this said, and for those who have no courses, they haven't had their periods, i.e., they are still immature, their iddah is 3 months likewise. Except, okay, no. And for those who are pregnant, now it's talking about pregnant women, and those who are pregnant, their iddah is until they deliver their burdens, meaning the baby. And whoever fears Allah and keeps to him, he makes their way easy. So it's talking about 3 categories of females. The first one are the ones who are too old to menstruate. They are past the age of monthly courses. Their iddah is 3 months. The second category are the ones who haven't menstruated yet. They haven't had their periods. They're too young. Their iddah is also 3 months. The problem is with that category, the second one. The ones who haven't menstruated, they have an iddah. They have a waiting period, right? Which means that their husbands slept with them, even though they're immature. The Quran allows this.
Well, what? So wouldn't it be like when she can go get married again?
Say that again.
Wasn't it when she can go get married again? Is that what iddah means?
That the iddah is the waiting period before she can get married again.
So does it talk about?
It's to make sure it's to make sure she's not pregnant.
Yes. So does it say? Does it condone anything of such things you've said?
Yeah, it's allowing it. It's showing that it's permissible to marry, consummate, and divorce girls who are not even hit puberty yet.
No, I mean it doesn't condone. I mean, like it just says for. No,
it's telling you how to deal with them. It's telling you the permissible ways to deal with them when you divorce them. So obviously, this whole thing is about divorce, right? Literally, the chapter of the verse. Look, this is the chapter. This is what the chapter is called. 65. It's called at-talaq, which means divorce. So it's talking about divorcing. So it's talking about when you're divorcing, your girls, your females, gives you these categories: the older ones, the young ones, and the pregnant ones. When you're divorcing them, all right. So it's permissible to marry them. It's permissible to divorce them. And it's also permissible to sleep with them. How do we know this? Because they have iddahs. Means that they've been slept with.
Yeah, no. So isn't it the waiting period before they can get married again?
Yes. You repeat that question?
So, I mean, it doesn't say to have intercourse. It just says to get married.
Brother, stop. Remember the verse we read. What constitutes an iddah? What is the reason why somebody has an iddah?
So in case there could be like a baby coming or anything like that.
Now, what is the only way that you can have an iddah? Remember we read the verse before coming here. What was the reason for people to have an iddah?
Yeah. So wasn't it so to have an iddah? So it doesn't say. It says there's no iddah when, for example, there's no intercourse. Sorry.
Correct. So if there is intercourse, then there's an iddah, right?
So yeah, I guess so.
Right. So the fact that these young girls have an iddah means that their husbands had intercourse with them.
I mean, it doesn't say young girls. I mean, it says.
What are the type of females that haven't hit puberty yet? Which are the ones who haven't had their courses, haven't menstruated yet? What kind of girls are those?
I mean, if you can pull up the Arabic or read the Arabic.
How about I do this? How about we go to the scholars? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's no problem.
All right. So let's see what the scholars say, and then I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it to yourself. Like I said, this ain't my soul. Ain't my soul, man. Only thing I could do is show you. All right. Breaking it down, Jalalain. And those of your women who no longer expect to menstruate, if you have any doubts about their waiting period, their prescribed period, their iddah shall be 3 months. Now, look at this. And also for those who have not yet menstruated because of their young age, their period shall also be 3 months. That's Jalalain. Those are...
Yep.
All right. Let's go to Ibn Kathir, one of the most famous Sunni scholars, Sunni tafsir. Let's go to what he says. I'm tripping. Here it is. I'm gonna just, he breaks it down, talk about, now let's get to the relevant part. He says, the same for the young who have not menstruated, who have not reached the years of menstruation. Their iddah is 3 months like those in menopause. And he says, this is the meaning of his saying, and for those who have no courses. So it's talking about young girls who haven't reached the age of menstruation. They are being divorced after being slept with, after having intercourse. They're being divorced, so they have an iddah. They have a waiting period. All of your scholars break it down this way. If you want, we can go, he even quotes a hadith that breaks this down, or quotes a narration. Here it is. Supporting this view is what is reported from Ubay ibn Ka'b, that he said, O Allah's messenger, some women were not mentioned in the Quran. The young, the old, and the pregnant. So even Ubay ibn Ka'b knows what this is talking about. The young, the old, and the pregnant. Allah the Exalted and Most Merciful sent down this ayat. Oops. Oh, come on. Sent down this ayah, which is what we read, 65:4. So all of your scholars all understand it to be talking about young girls who haven't hit puberty.
Yep.
Is that okay? You cool with that?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a multitude of reasons. I mean, the reason for revelation is one. So for that specific time, specific period of time, the reason of revelation, and that's the main one.
So you're okay with it being in your Quran that it is permissible to sleep with little girls before they hit puberty in their marriage and then also divorce them? You're saying that that's okay? It
doesn't say sleep, it's just marriage. It's just talk about marriage.
All right. Thanks for coming. That's Islam, ladies and gentlemen. I like this comment from Jason. He says, what a miracle. This proves Allah is God and Muhammad is a true prophet. How else could an illiterate desert man hanky a 9-year-old unless he was a messenger of God? How else? How else? How else?
Alright, welcome back, guys. I believe you enjoyed watching this video and how Godlogic was able to destroy so many of these guys and their belief. Let us know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to share our videos. If Jesus says no man knows the day nor the hour according to the argument of the first guy, then Jesus is indirectly telling you that he is not just a man but God. And also, according to the administrative office, it is not in his place to declare the day but the Father. So if you've worked in an organization before, there are things that assistant director or deputy director does not have the power to declare except the director himself or the manager. So it is in the place of God to declare the day or the hour to the people and not Jesus. So in administrative form, it is logically possible that it was not in his place to reveal that truth. And also, one of the major topics that was discussed was the issue of Muhammad getting married to a 6-year-old child. There is no excuse or whatsoever to sleep with an underage girl in any way. It takes someone who is a pervert to support such an act, and their pathetic excuses all the time is the lies that Mary was underage when she became pregnant with Jesus. The Bible never indicates that she was underage, but from all indications she was matured and getting ready to get married to Joseph, because she was betrothed to Joseph at the time and she knows what it means to be pregnant. That was why she asked the angel, "How shall these things be, knowing fully well that I know not a man?" So she knew what it means to be pregnant and how to get pregnant. So she was no way a child according to the claims of these Muslim folks. I really don't like it when they say they are not scholars when the argument is against them. The vast majority of people who read the Bible aren't scholars either. So what is the excuse for not understanding their own book? If you don't understand your Quran, then it is on you. Why do they rely on man so much for their understanding of their own book? So many of them hardly read their books because they rely so much on their imam or whosoever that is teaching them the Quran to give them a proper explanation to their book. And this is why the Bible is the truth, because it tells us not to let any man to teach you the word of God, but let the Spirit of God to guide and direct you on how to read the book and to understand. So if you don't understand your own book, that is not an excuse, rather it is on you for you to defend your faith. So guys, let's know your views about this video in the comment section. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends, your family. Subscribe if you've not done so. Thank you for watching. We'd love to see you in our next video.